In today's topic, we will be discussing the measures of position. So these are the following objectives that we need to attain for today's topic. So after studying these lessons, you are expected to illustrate the following measures of positions: quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So let's define first the measures of positions. So when we say measure of positions, these are the techniques that divide a set of data into equal groups. So these are significant measures that divide the distribution into equal parts or subgroups. So these measures is also important in studying the position of an individual relatively in a group. So additionally, we have several types of measures of positions. So one of this is the median. It was already covered under the measurements of central tendency. So it will no longer tackled for today's lessons. So the median divides the data into two equal parts, right? So it making it one of the measures of positions. So the other three types of measures of positions are the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles, which we will study for our lesson today. Let's start with the first measures of positions, the quartiles. So quartiles are the score which divide a distribution into four equal parts. So to make it easier to remember, the hint is already in the name of quartiles, which is the first five letters, quart. Quart means four. So what it divides a distribution into four equal parts. So let's see on this illustration. So for this example, we have first quartile, the quartile 1, and the quartile 1 also known as the lower quartile, which equivalent to 25% of the distribution. So it means that 25% of the data has a value of less than or greater than the quartile 1. So quartile 2 is equal to 50%, which is also the median, right? So to say they are the same. So the value of quartile 2 in the median is equal to 50%. So it means that 50% of the data has a value of less than or equal to quartile 2. And then quartile 3, also known as the upper quartile. It is equal to 75% of the distribution. So it means that 75% of the data has a value of less than or equal to quartile 3. So next is the deciles. The deciles are the score points which divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. So a while ago, quartile divide a distribution into 4 equal parts. Now, decile divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. So each part consisting of 10% of the distributions. So for us to easily remember the meaning of deciles, look for the key word which is dec. So it came from the Greek word deca, which means 10. So the lowest score is located in the first decile, while the highest score is located in the ninth decile. So it can be denoted by D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, and D9. So the first decile equivalent to the 10% of the distributions, the D2, 20%, the D3, the 30%, D4 is 40%, and D5 is 50%, D6 is 60%, D7 is 70%, D8 is 80%, while D9 is 90% of the distribution. Next is percentile. So the percentiles are the score points which divide a distribution into 100 equal parts. So for us to easily remember, we look for the keyword which is the percent. Percent means 100, right? So the percentiles are the score points which divide a distribution into 100 equal parts. So among the 3 points measure, percentile was considered the most widely used measures in determining student standing in a class or examination. It can be denoted by P1 up to P99. But for this illustration, I only use the P10, P20, P30 up to P90. But it doesn't mean that it's only the, the number or the denotion for this percentile. Kasi kapag gagamitin ko up to P99, it makes the illustrations longer. So, baka hindi na siya kumasya sa ating PowerPoint presentation. So for example, the P1 or first percentile separates the lowest 1% of the other 99%. And the P2 separates the lowest 2% from the other 98%. So here in the example of P20, it means that, or the 20th percentile means 20% of the data have values less than or equal to P20. Same here in the P10. P10 or the 10th percentile means 10% of the data have values less than or equal to 10th percentile. Same with the P20. In P30, 30% of the data have values less than or equal to P30. And P40 is 40%, P50 is 50%, and P60 is 60%, P70 is 70%, and P80 is 80%, while the P90 is 90% of the data have values less than or equal to P90. So, okay, so try to explore these illustrations. So what are the other positions that are equal to each other? Okay, so observe on this illustration, ano kaya yung mga points sa quartile, sa decile, and percentiles that are equal to each other. I will give you 10 seconds or post this video for you to see which are the positions that are equal to quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, or from the decile 1 to decile 9, and from the percentile 1 to percentile 99. Okay? So you can stop this video. Okay, so for us to have a greater picture, so ito yung other illustrations. So pinagdikit-dikit ko na yung quartile 1, illustration from quartile 1, and the decile, and the percentile. So, ano kaya doon yung mga points or positions that are equal to each other? Okay. If your answer is the quartile 2 and then the decile 5 and the percentile 50 are equal to each other, right? Because they occupy the same position in the distributions which is located in the middle, right? Here, the quartile 2, the D5, and P50 are equal to each other. Then the other one is the decile 1 and the P10 are also equal to each other. Same with D2, P20, and D3 is equal to P30, D4 is equal to P40, D5 is equal to P50 and quartile 2, D6 to P60, D7 to P70, D8 to P80 and D9 is equal also to P90. But if we also extend this quartile 1 into this illustrations, as you can see, D1 is also equal to P25, right? And here, same here in the D, Q3 to P75. So they are also equal to each other. So you can also explore the other points or the other positions that are equal to each other. But most importantly, so please note that this position, the quartile 2, the decile 5, and the P50 they are all equal to each other because they occupy the same positions in the distributions. Later on, importante to kasi kapag magsosolve na tayo ng kapag magsosolve na tayo ng quartile, decile, and percentile, so baka kailanganin nyo itong concept na to. Okay? So to wrap up the discussion for the illustrations of the measures of positions, the decile, percentile, and the quartile. To wrap up, so here are the measures of positions. So we have three types of measures of positions, which is the quartile, decile, and percentile. But also, the median is also a measures of positions, but it already included in the discussions of measurements of center of tendency. So the quartile divides the distribution into 4 equal parts, while the decile divides the distribution into 10 equal parts, and the percentile is equal to 100 equal parts. So I hope that you learn from today's lesson. So that's all for today's video.